My name is Carroll Keller. I spent my time aboard the ship from February 1952. I got off in late December 58, so I put 7 or 8 years on there, 7 years on there. I was came aboard the Orlek out of boot camp in San Diego, 3 months of schooling in the Great Lakes for machinist mate school, and then transferred to the Orlek in San Diego. I came aboard there, and then I spent all that time. Finally, it would have been in 1957 on that cruise. We were returning from a cruise from Westpac. We left Yokosuka then, and let's see, it says on Monday the 3rd of June, and then we stopped at Midway and refueled, and then we bypassed Pearl Harbor. We went south of it, heading for San Diego. So anyway, it was about, like I said, around the 12th of June then, that all at once the crew started getting sick. They got Asian flu, the first time we ever heard of it. So everybody got that. And it was getting bad because I had the guys on the engine room couldn't make it, some of them. So we went to the point where we're standing 4 and 4 because some of them guys just couldn't make it. I was sick, but I made it. So anyway, what happened was we kept thinking about what was going to happen. Here I'm laying in my rack after I got off a watch, and I heard somebody talking. I go, it sounds funny. And I looked around, and here's the old man down there. He's asking these guys how they felt and whatever. Finally realized that, hey, what if we get quarantined and we can't go ashore? Now, here's my situation. I had set up for 30 days leave. I had a 52 Chevy stored out in El Cajon. I had just had a new first child born, a boy, back in Iowa where my wife was. And so my deal was I was going to go up, pick that up, and then come back and pick a couple other guys that were riding with me and go back to Iowa and bring the wife back. So this really hit me up. So I said, well, what is it going to do? So that just luckily, about a day or 2 before we got in there, everybody started getting well, and it cleared up. So that was the end of it there. That was quite a thrill. You start getting worried about that when you're all, hell, y'all got it made, we're ready to go. Oh. So anyway, so we made it then. We got in, and I got the Chevy and went back, picked up my wife, little boy, and came back to California again. Another incident that happened, I'll run through it then. We got back from Westpac in June of 57, and I left for 30 days leave, and I went back there and picked up my old 52 Chevy again, and returned back to San Diego with my wife and son. And then the ship went to Merrill Island Shipyard for repairs in July. And when they left Merrill Island, then went back to San Diego, and then we got down there. We moved into wife moved into a temporary Quonset huts out on 32nd Street. I mean, you guys do that, but anyway, so we were there, and on one Sunday, we decided the wife and we were going to go down into Mexico. So we went down to Rosarito Beach, I think it was, something like that, just to walk around and see what it's like. And came back late, about 4 in the afternoon, and about 5 in the evening there, I got a knock on the door, and it's one of the junior officers off the ship. And I said, what happened? And he said, well, we just want to let you know that we're back. And I said, what do you mean we're back? Well, we had a job to do. They sent us out, and we had some mechanical problems, so we had to come back in. So I find out what happened when I go aboard the next day. They tried to get that ship underway with a minimum crew that weren't very well trained because we were in the yards. We lost a lot of guys, and they don't replace them because you don't need them then. So we stand on 4 on and 4 off coming down from the shipyards down to San Diego. So what happened was they had tried to fire that thing up. I was actually the first class as a senior machinist mate on there, no chief. It was getting to the point where whatever happened, I don't know exactly how it was, but anyway, they got salt in the water, salt water in the feed system, which you don't put in the boilers because they start foaming and they'll wreck them. So they got about out by San Clemente Island, and so they anchored out there overnight and had to stay there. Then they even had next day they brought it back in, but they even had a fleet tug about to escort them in. It was kind of embarrassing. What the bad part was, you think about it later, he got back, so I'm on there, find out, M Division and B Division are both restricted for 2 weeks for causing that problem. So my wife is just new at that time, of course, we just got married. She couldn't understand this. Why are you restricted? You weren't even on there, right? Well, that's the way it goes. So you're in that division. So anyway, my thoughts were too later that, they should have never sent that ship out. And its commander, who was the captain, was Carroll. Captain Carroll had just relieved Lieutenant Commander Britt in September. And I always say, in retrospect, it seems that they never should have sent that ship out with that few of crew on a Saturday, let alone the weekend. So that was one of my big things. Anyway, that was so an experience. I've said other things that I wasn't going to bring up, but this stuff here was more light stuff. And I've had the experience of being under fire in 1952. They shot at us. I was down on the evaporators. Then the engine on that side where they're shooting at us, I hear these funny sounds of shaking, boom, whatever is this? And they're shooting back at us. So we're in Wonsan Harbor, of all places, just cruising around shooting at whatever we could find, I guess. So anyway, I beat it. I thought, well, the evaporators, they'll run straight by themselves. My GQ station is over on the throttle board, which is in the middle of the ship. So I manned my GQ station about as fast as you could ever got to get away from that side of the ship. Anyway, that was some exciting things that happened early on. But I always like to talk about the crazy things like what happened to us later. So anyway, I got a lot of sea stories, but I think I better quit now while I still got my voice going here. Okay?